Mark, did you feel it was an opportunity in this film to add some more relationships to Peter Parker's life, complicate things a little bit?
Yeah, you can. Well, I think it's interesting with Peter Parker. You never really seen him have a true friendship, and to see, you know, what that means to him and how it really does complicate his relationships, or complicate his life in a significant way in the film. I don't want to give too much away, but to see that shade, see that color of Peter Parker was really exciting and an interesting thing to do. Again, you know what's like? There's so much spectacle in this movie, and there's such a sort of operatic theatricality to it, and the ensemble I think is really quite powerful. But at the basis of it are these very real, relatable, understandable relationships, and that's why having great actors like Jamie and Dane and Sally and Chris Cooper and Paul Giamatti, like that's where you get the sort of the smallness, the intimacy of those relationships are what all that spectacle is built on. If you don't have that, if you don't have that beating heart at the center of it, you don't have anything.
And Jamie, the phrase power corrupts came to play because Max really is a guy who gets all the power he never had, and in essence it does look like it sort of corrupts him and damages him.
Yeah, and he's hurt too, because at a certain point when you see him lick when I lick his hand, he fixes my comb over, which is, I think, the first black man in to ever have a comb over. I think I'm right, right? Ain't too many brothers out there would let that happen. Black women be like, what happened to Jamie Foxx's hair is gone? This is terrible. But he says to Max that you're my partner. You're my partner. You're my ears and eyes are here. And Max takes that to heart. This is the first time anyone has ever said Max's name. So he really thinks that Spider-Man is the most solid person. He falls into this thing of like almost worship. Now all of the pictures of Spider-Man is in his wall, or on his wall at the crib. So when he turns into Electro, crib, house. The black girl went, crib, that's so crazy. They ain't gonna understand that. They understand what crib is. Crib is an urban word that we use often to describe our place of residence.
I didn't know that.
Homie is a word that we use to describe our friends.
Use those in a sentence, please.
I went to the crib with my homie.
I got it. Hi there, what's your question?
Hi, this is for all of you. I was just wondering if you felt you pulled more from like comic canon 616 or Ultimates. Because if it is Ultimates, especially in relation to potentially Avengers 2, your life is gonna suck, Peter.
Already sucks.
Mark, what are you drawing?
We grab from all the different comics. We try to find. There's parts of the canon that we really feel obligated to, and there's other parts of it that we deviate from. We do try to find precedent for what we're doing when we're making big story choices. So there's little bits here, little bits there. But obviously, I'm a big fan of the Ultimates. I like the art that Mark Bagley did, what Brian Bendis was able to accomplish. I'm a big fan of those. But listen, this is Ditko and Stan Lee and all those guys all made contributions that have had obviously an enormous impact on the way we are constructing these characters.
Great. Hi there, what's your question?
Hello, my name is Wayne. This is an honor, man.
Oh man, thank you, brother.
You don't understand. You're such a role model. Like, I loved you in Ray. One of my favorite movies is Collateral.
You know what?
And then Django, of course. And then now you're in my favorite superheroes movie as one of the main villains. Like, I love you, man.
I love you.
Thank you. For Mark.
There's a lot of love going on here.
For Spider-Man 3, I am demanding carnage, but my question is, me and my friends feel like a lot of stuff is going in this movie. You have Rhino, Mary Jane, Gwen Stacy, Electro, Oscorp, the Osborns now.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you're putting in too much? Because I don't really want another Spider-Man 3 where it was too much.
Yeah! Good question, man.
There's just the right amount of stuff in it, obviously.
This movie's perfect.
God. Listen, the main villain in this movie is Electro. makes an appearance, and there's a couple scenes in the movie with him in it. That was to establish sort of a fun tone. But Electro, I think, is an incredibly powerful villain, and one that will sustain the breadth and the depth of the film. I think Electro, what I've enjoyed about him, he is God-like, you know? And when Spider-Man asks, how does Spider-Man fight someone? When, if you touch him, it's like touching 1,000 third rails. It'll obliterate you. The electricity will shock you, will devastate you. And how do you, when your main weapon is a web that conducts electricity, how do you fight that guy? How do you fight a guy who, when he reaches out to an electric socket, can disappear into it and merge with electricity? It's a terrifying... That was a really fun, exciting... it was really fun.
He's like caught up now.
That much to worry about.
Something funny happened.
Yeah, what happened? I think the socket thing was an exciting tidbit you threw out there. I don't think we knew that again.
No, that's not right. Somebody yelled water. Someone yelled water.
Yeah, another question.
Yes.
Yeah, water.
Hello. I had a question for Mr. Fox. When you learned that you were going to be playing this iconic character, Electro, did you worry they were going to put you in the costume?
Yeah. The original costume.
Oh, as far as the green and yellow one? Well, here's what you do. It's like, you know, you want to be true to everything, but also you want to be pioneers as well. You want to move forward. So I think the way that they crafted this, it shows it like how we crafted Max's transformation to getting to where he is. It's rugged, and when you see the footage, it's raw. It's just something that he grabbed and he makes it his own. He's really not worried about what he has on. He wants to get to this guy and really make him pay. So, and plus the people here on this panel, Avi, Matt, Mark, what's great about them is that they will huddle up and make sure that they have you guys in the back of their mind when they're doing anything. I mean, all the way from a line. Matt would stand and pull Mark aside, and pull us aside, or I would pull us aside and say, let's make sure that we're making the right steps. And I think that's where I felt like comfortable and safe in being able to just come and just create and let them really make sure that we're going in the right direction. And like I said, when this thing opens up, I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised.
Do you listen to that when the fans react, when they have opinions? How much do you factor that into the work that you do?
Well, we get up in the morning and we go online. We drink something before. It's the great guessing game. We've been listening to the fans forever, and we know it's coming from the right place. It's coming from the heart, from loyalty, from love to the characters. And we are part of the same community. So we do listen, and actually, you know, before when we started, Spider-Man was here. I mean, we totally took his eyes right from the way he does it and put it on your suit. So we were trying to kind of combine this, but loyalty to the character is loyalty to the fans, and it's always top of mind. And one more thing, as important to us as all you fans is what Stan Lee feels about it. And he loves everything he sees, and you know, when he loves something, it gives us tremendous confidence, and he listens to you guys too, as you all know it.
That's great.
That's awesome.
Hi, Andrew. In the last 5 movies, we've seen a lot of Spider-Man in New York City, and in the comics, we've seen a lot of him in, say, Fantastic Four, Infinity Gauntlet, Secret Wars, you know, in an ensemble cast, or with special powers like Cosmic Spider-Man. As a fan of the comic book, I was wondering what particular storyline in the comics would you like to see turned into a movie?
I'd like to see him with the Avengers.
Yeah.
Good thing you didn't do that.
Yeah, Just saying.
We have time for one more question.
Oh,
Hi, what's your
great.
question?
Hi, my question is for Mark and Andrew. Can you tell us stories about the first time you met with Stanley?
Yeah. It was like being in a room with Mickey Mouse. He's so iconic. He's so iconic. It's like he doesn't really exist. He can't. It's not actually him. You know. I don't think I was feeling his face or anything like that. But that was the feeling. I wanted to be like, is it you, O Creator of everything great and holy? It was profound for me. It was. And I just turned into a black hole of a person. My tongue went dry, and my heart stopped, and my stomach wasn't in my stomach anymore. I was a mess. I was a blithering mess, and he was his charming, self-effacing, incredible self. I don't know if I said anything to him apart from What about you?
Ditto. Well said. And the script for this seems so strong, just from what we've seen. It's really impressive. Matt, you want to talk about the writers a little bit who put this together?
Yeah, you know, it's impossible to make a good movie without a good script. I mean, it's a cliche, but it's like building, you know, a house without a foundation, or like a body without a spine. You can shore it up, but eventually it just falls apart. And we all felt Spider-Man deserved a great script. Spider-Man deserves a great script. And my son is actually best friends, my son Jackson, with a kid named Jack Kurtzman. They may actually be here in Spider-Man suits somewhere. Boys, if you're out there, scream. There's one of them. And I was hanging out with my son and Jack Kurtzman and Jack Kurtzman's father, Alex Kurtzman. And it kind of occurred to me, like, it'd be great, these kids love each other so much, and it'd be great if we could turn this into something. Maybe make some money. But like, we could like turn this into a meaningful thing. And he and I looked at each other, and he was a Spider-Man fan. And I just said, Spider-Man? And he said, absolutely. And from the day we first met with Alex and Bob, his partner, and this guy, Jeff Pinkner, they had this crazy love of Spider-Man, and they wanted to do what basically you saw, which is tell this enormous story. It's funny and powerful, and we just blow shit up, but at the same time, and the emotion of the character.
Come on, do your kids
and the depth of it. And so we all showed up on set for this movie, and everybody knew exactly what we were doing. And as a producer for Avi and for me, it's such a safety net when everybody shows up and knows exactly what they're doing together. So hats off to Alex Kurtzman and Bob Orsi and Jeff Pinkner.
Outstanding.
They rock.
Thank you so much, everyone. Help me thank you folks who came out today, the creators and the cast.
Oh, yes.
Spider-Man
Oh, yes.
next year. Thanks so much, guys.
That panel was amazing.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Sony and Screen Gems. Cloudy